Seen to many as a peaceful and quiet getaway, Capernaum Inn and Ministries is a place of rest for the fisher of men. Located in Lake Wales on a pristine property, Capernaum Inn includes 8 fully furnished cabins, boating, a fishing pond, and so much more. Jim Way, president of Capernaum Inn and Ministries, saw a demand for a place of restoration for pastors.
We lose 1,500 pastors a month or more every year. 4,000 to 6,000 churches close their doors every year in America. We have less people going to church per capita today than in the history of America. There's a lot of strain and struggle and hurt, and pastors need a place to recover that's reasonable.
There's not too many people that we can talk to and really share our heart with, because we are supposed to be superhuman. We're supposed to be the one to, hey, take on all the burden, give all the good advice, and then yet not having the burden ourselves. And so when I came to Capernaum, I look at Capernaum, I call it Capernaum 4R: restore, refresh, renew, and rebuild.
It's kind of like, you know, in boxing, if you will. There are 3 rounds, or 3-minute rounds, and of course, and they go in, they box hard for those 3 minutes, and then they have 1 minute to go to their corner, where they are ministered to and nurtured, you know, by their corner people to get them ready for the next 3 minutes round. And so this served as one of those 1-minute rounds, if you will, after having gone toe-to-toe in a 3-minute round situation in ministry. You just cannot continue to go wide open all the time. You've got to have a place of rest and relaxation, and even Jesus spoke of that, you know, said, you've been involved a lot, you need to come away and rest a while.
As a preacher's kid and as a pastor's wife, I can tell you that those guys are under a tremendous amount of pressure. And people don't really realize or appreciate how much is being expected of them with very little compensation, recognition, or support. So the fact that Capernaum ministers to those needs so effectively, I think, is critical, not only to a community, but to our society at large.
Capernaum ministers to people in other ways beyond just being a retreat center. They have programs for youth in schools, Christian businesses, and pastors' conferences.
This is the launching pad. This was the starting point for us to be able to go out into the city to really begin to transform the city.
The value of Capernaum and Jim here was the building of the relationships between the local church leaders, that out of those relationships birthed the opportunities that we see for God to move through the church to begin to have an influence on society. Instead of society influencing the church influencing the society.
Capernaum also offers fully equipped RV sites, meeting rooms, and a prayer garden and prayer walk, all for the purposes of having a peaceful and quiet retreat.
There's no other facility like this that I know of in Lake Wales, and I think it's not only important for Lake Wales, but for the greater Tampa area and the Orlando area, for pastors in these large metropolitan areas to get away to a quiet setting, to get on the shores of the lake, or even to get out on the boat with Jim on the lake, and just to have a place of rest and refuge.
Wherever you go on it, the prayer walk, the garden, just walking around, you can feel him here. Just standing out by the lake, you can just feel him just touch you and just love you. And everyone leaves with that feeling.
Be sure to go online at CapernaumMinistries.com to reserve a cabin for you and your family. Reporting for Bay Focus, I'm Brooke Larson.